Unless it can have a daily close above 44,000, we could retest 38. That's really anything under that to me is skepticism for bullish pattern, and resistance from scene of the crime retrace is the key. Remember, we talked about scene of the crime. Solana coming down today just a little bit, so there's still a chance it could do it, but it needs to do it sooner than later. You got 2, 4, 6, 8 sideways.
In this video, Gareth Soloway, a seasoned technical analyst and market expert, will delve into the charts of inflation, Bitcoin, Solana, and gold, elucidating how they are impacted by both historical precedents and current market factors. He will tackle pertinent questions and challenges that confront many traders, such as the correlation between the inflation chart's wedge pattern and the 100-year cycle of the Great Depression. Gareth will also explore the driving forces behind Bitcoin's movements, particularly around the $44,000 resistance level, assessing the probabilities of a breakout or breakdown. Additionally, he'll analyze Solana's retracement and its implications for price dynamics, while identifying key support and resistance levels. Gareth will also delve into gold's inverse head and shoulders pattern, signaling a potential breakout, and the various factors influencing its price trajectory. Join Gareth for an insightful conversation covering these topics and more. Before we continue with the rest of the video, do check out daily 5-minute crypto newsletter with all the latest crypto and Bitcoin news. It's a fantastic analysis of on-chain crypto data and breakdowns, and the best part is it's absolutely free. They'll cover expert predictions, breakdowns of on-chain crypto data, and any breaking news you need to know, all in a nutshell. Click the first link in the description and enter your email to join over 50,000 others in becoming a better crypto investor right now.
Take a look at this. This is the inflation rate going back to the Great Depression, actually pre-Great Depression. And what you actually saw here, folks, is that in the period just before the Great Depression, inflation jumped insanely. We were talking 20% inflation in the roaring 20s, right? In the roaring 20s. So again, things were good, but inflation was going nuts. We then saw, again, a huge dip here, and then a bounce back, and then obviously we came into the Great Recession, which is where we got the kind of the lower end of recession of inflation. We actually got deflation because the Great Depression was so dramatic. Now, the reason I draw this to your attention, guys, is very simple. It actually is starting to make a wedge pattern. Now, again, many people say, well, how can you even chart something going back this far? But to be honest, anything can be charted. It really can, because again, human nature doesn't change over time. Inflation is caused by things that humans do, and ultimately, therefore, you can chart it. So what we see here is we see that top on inflation. And look, when you go to 1950, we had a pop. Then we had the 70s and 80s, the highest pivot right there. And look at what we just hit right there. Perfect downsloping trend line. Same thing with the low end. You look at here, and you look at right through here, you have this classic wedge pattern. Now, the reason why the wedge pattern is important is because essentially you're going to get a breakout one way or the other. You're either going to get a move this way, which is going to be really bad, or you're going to get a move this way, which, again, you might say, wow, deflation, that means prices would go down. Well, yes, but what's the culprit of that? Because if you get deflation of serious magnitude, you can better believe we're basically in a Great Depression in that scenario. So, again, at some point, this is going to have to break. That's how wedge patterns work. They come to a head, right? And again, price can go in here only until that point. And then at some point, it has to go one way or the other, and that's something to pay attention to. Now, interestingly enough, as these things kind of come together, it takes us into the second half of this decade, which, by the way, is the 100-year cycle for the Great Depression.
In November 2021, the U.S. inflation rate soared to its highest level in 39 years, hitting 6.8%. This significant increase was fueled by rising costs in energy, food, and shelter. The surge surpassed the forecasts of both economists and the Federal Reserve, prompting concerns about its potential effects on consumers, businesses, and the overall economy.
All right, guys, back in we go. Here's your Bitcoin chart. We're going to get right into the mix. Bitcoin not doing much since the last couple days. Yesterday, it did make a push up to retest that line and then got rejected. Today, it's upticking a little bit. Unless it can have a daily close above 44,000, that's really anything under that to me is skepticism, and resistance from scene of the crime retrace is the key. Remember, we talked about scene of the crime. All right, resistance, breakout, scene of the crime, back, breakdown, retrace to the scene of the crime. Now, at least you're kind of making a little bit of a bullish pattern. It's still semi-intact, so there's still a chance it could do it, but it needs to do it sooner than later. You got 2, 4, 6, 8 8 sideways candles. Time is a ticking. If it doesn't break out in the next couple days, I think it's starting to move down here, and we could retest 38.
SOC, or scene of the crime, is a trading term denoting a price level where a significant market move, such as a breakout or breakdown, occurred. Traders frequently use this level as a reference point for future price action, as it can serve as a support or resistance zone. A retest of the scene of the crime can either validate or invalidate the initial move, depending on whether the price rebounds from or breaches this level. It's noteworthy that following the SEC's approval of the first physical Bitcoin ETF in January 2024, a significant development in the cryptocurrency market occurred. Unlike previous ETFs based on Bitcoin futures contracts, these ETFs track the spot price of Bitcoin directly. The launch of the first 10 physical Bitcoin ETFs on January 11, 2024, attracted substantial inflows, potentially heralding a significant change in Bitcoin's price dynamics in the near future.
Solana coming down today just a little bit. Look at the scene of the crime retrace here. All right, right along this line, right? Boom, boom, boom. Big move. Again, broke down. Retrace to the scene of the crime, getting rejected right there, trading at 94. As long as this low holds right here, which is around 77, 78, it's okay. That's your support line. So support here, resistance right up here. Again, if you break this level, that's where really trouble starts to start on the Solana chart.
Solana, a blockchain platform, boasts high scalability, low fees, and swift transactions. It utilizes a hybrid consensus mechanism, melding proof of history and proof of stake, facilitating smart contracts and decentralized applications. Its native token, SOL, serves various purposes, including fee payment, staking, and governance. Notably, Solana emerged as one of the top-performing cryptocurrencies in 2021, soaring to an all-time high of over $260 in November. Despite its success, Solana has encountered challenges such as network outages, security breaches, and regulatory scrutiny. Consequently, its price has fluctuated and remained range-bound between $90 and $120 over the past 2 months.
Gold again inching back up after a couple down days. Again, for me, I continue to watch the bigger inverse head and shoulders, which is right here. And this is really, if we're looking at this, I mean, this is just consolidation in here, right? So eventually we look for that breakout to the upside, but not much to update you guys on that chart.
The price of gold has demonstrated resilience and stability over the past year, enduring challenges from the pandemic, increasing bond yields, and competition from Bitcoin. Many investors view gold as a safe haven and a hedge against inflation, while others opt for riskier and more innovative assets. Additionally, gold's value is impacted by supply and demand dynamics, alongside geopolitical and social factors. For more daily dose crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.